Okay, everybody has heard Dream On before in their life. My daughter hasn't, so stay tuned because she's gonna join me to listen to this. But the reason I never make these little intros before a video, but I needed to record this. I realized listening to this that I had never actually heard to the studio recording of it. The studio record, just wait for the video, so just wait for that. But for some reason, my whole life I thought Aerosmith covered this song. I thought someone else wrote it. I didn't know that Steve Tyler wrote the song. I didn't know that Steve Tyler wasn't his real name. Just again, stay tuned. So I thought we were gonna do just a deeper dive revisit of things I've listened to for sure. But hey, let's just do something. I have a much better experience than I expected. So thanks for clicking on this video and hanging out with me. Here we go. Shout out to my friend Brian E. Folks, in the comment section, if you could put some love in the comments for Brian. Brian battling once in a while the health battles that, not to discredit yours, Brian, but all of us go through sometimes. And I know that many of us, when we have gone through them, encouragement goes a long way. So, and if you are going through anything, one of my favorite things about this community and the channel here, it's that we are all holding on to things that unite us. And that's just good music, good art, good ideas. And excuse me, the sun's coming out, so let me put down the shades. Okay, that's better. But Brian says that we got to check out Aerosmith's performing Dream On. All right, this is my story with this song. Yes, I have heard it. So before that, before we go through this video together, who hasn't heard this, right? At least in parts. It goes beyond that for me, thankfully. We all know that part, I think near the end of the performance when he's singing that chorus, the dream on, right? But then he goes super high. Perhaps one of the most iconic vocal transitions in a song, right? It's legendary, right? So in like 2016, 2017, what's going on, Penny? Is it taking a thing? I'll fix it. It might need to rest just a little bit. Here, take a quick break, put on your hat, come here. I'm gonna show you one of the best performances like of a song ever, okay? Okay, so you like Frozen, you like good singing, right? I'm going to show you one of the best singing things ever, okay? So you can learn some more, that's right.
I'm a great...
You're a great singer, like who?
Annie.
Who's Annie? Is that your friend or something?
No, and Little Einstein.
Oh, Annie and Little Einstein, yeah.
He's a great singer like me.
Okay. So, Penny, this is a band called Aerosmith, okay? So what I was telling the folks at home is that in like 2016 or 2017, this band came to my work, a work event. So, you know, when I go to work, the thing that you're going to listen to, I heard this guy sing it live. And when he performed it live, guys, when this song came up, we were murmuring in the crowd, like, there's no way he's going to hit it. And how old is Steven Tyler? Steven Tyler. Let me show you the singer, Penny. What's your name? Penny. That guy. So Daddy has seen him. He was born, holy smokes, he's 77 years old. That's insane. So he was 72 at the time or so. No, geez, if this was almost 10 years ago, he was in his late 60s. He rocked it, guys. So I feel like that super high dream on, I like that part, has become so iconic that I have never just sat down and listened to the song and paid attention to the lyrics. Because if I recall, this is a cover, right? So I haven't really paid attention to that, so we're gonna do it. But Penny, I'm gonna show you, this is one of the most famous things ever, okay? You like it? How did they do the effect for this first part? I didn't know the intro was as long, actually. Is that a tune?
Every time that I look in the mirror, all these lines in my face getting clearer. The past is gone.
Listen to this. Is that nice?
Dusk to dawn. Isn't that the way? Everybody's got the do's in life to
more dissonance than I remember. This is what do you think, Penny? Is that nice? Is that cool? Nice song, right? Penny actually has quite a bit of ADHD, quite a bit. She's paying attention super good, man. So that's, I think, super over prescribed, like over diagnosed, by the way. Like I'm saying it almost metaphorically. We're gonna go through the history a little bit about this when we're done with the song, but this is what I mean. When you finally sit down to listen to these things that because they were so big, maybe you didn't really give them a lot of attention. Yeah, the song is like a lot better than I remember. A lot of dissonance in there, and I like it. Very raw recording. You hear the guitar?
Half my life's in books, written pages. Live and learn from fools and from sages. You know it's true. All the things come back to you. Sing with me, sing for the year, sing for the laughter, sing for the tear. Sing with me, just for today. Maybe tomorrow the good Lord will take you away.
Wow.
Sing with me, sing for the year, sing for the laughter, sing for the tear. Sing with me, just for today. Maybe tomorrow the good Lord will take you
Nice.
Dream on, dream on,
Okay.
dream on, dream it up and dream come true.
You have to pay attention to this part, Penny. This part's cool.
Dream on, dream on.
You like to dream, right?
Dream on, dream until your dream comes true.
This is so much better than I remember.
Dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on.
Listen to that. You hear that? That's the same guy.
Sing with me, sing for
We need to run that back. Okay, so first off, I have to say, I have watched like a lot of, maybe I'm passing on TV or something, Aerosmith, Steven Tyler, me in that concert, listening to him sing this. The studio, this recording is way good.
sing with me, sing for the year, sing for the
You have to
laughter,
like
sing
do the same
for the
face,
tear.
man.
Sing with me, just for today. Maybe
Huh,
tomorrow
same face.
the good Lord will take you away.
Same
Sing
face.
with me, sing for the year, sing for the laughter, sing for the tear.
Or at least go like this when you
Sing
sing.
with me, just for today. Maybe tomorrow the good Lord will take you away.
There you go, you're dancing. There you go. Wow. Cool, right? What did you like about it? You don't know? Good talk, Penny. Okay, so this is kind of fun because what we are capturing is my first time listening to what was like recorded that then became such a big thing. Dream On appeared on Aerosmith's debut self-titled album in 1973, the band's first global hit. So this is like early Aerosmith. It doesn't sound like Steve Tyler to me. I was listening to some podcast where they were talking about Aerosmith and that they liked Aerosmith, but they were saying before they went mainstream, which is interesting because, okay, I listened to like this recording of it. Wow. Like very like real, man. Like real is the only word I can think of. Very unprocessed sounds and technically some like kind of mistakes. And because of those, his singing in it is all that much more impressive. Listening to this, like, I would never think that that's Steve Tyler. He developed the sound over time, it seems like. But this right here, that was phenomenal. Fantastic. Look how bad that studio, that album art looks. I've never just sat down and listened to the original recording. And dang, man, you then listen to it and get and think about the context of a band and their history and success. Oh, that's why they made it. That's remarkable. And again, a good test for how good something is during just playing the song itself with no music videos or anything, he stayed remarkably still, man. That says a lot, man. Good music is a great thing. So to you Aerosmith fans, Steve Tyler fans, again, I've been able to see him live, dude. Like, I can't believe how. Here's a little story from that. Again, I worked for a company called Qualtrics. I was there at the time. And Steve Tyler, what he says, I don't swear, I won't swear, especially because she's here. But he just goes, man, y'all are just a bunch of effing nerds, aren't you? Right? Because we were like tech people, and he thought if you worked for a tech company, every single employee was an engineer, right? I was in sales. But I just remember that, and it was funny. It was really well received. Because it wasn't just for the company, by the way. It was for our event where we brought our annual like customer event. So there were people from all sorts of companies, CEOs, you know, like a lot of people there. And he says that, and that was funny. I don't know how much we paid him, but he crushed it. And when that part came on, he hit those notes, you know. But again, so if you're like an Aerosmith fan, similar to, you know, that podcast I brought up, when did they start becoming a little too mainstream, right? But at the same time, what's wrong with that? Like, don't want to close my eyes. Like, that song is so great. I don't care how mainstream it is. It's freaking Armageddon's awesome. Deep Impact was a better movie, but Armageddon was awesome. That was fun, man. Well, anyway, so man, okay, so I really enjoy when this happens, when you guys suggest I check something out that I have heard before, but somehow with something becoming so iconic, you never listen to the original recording, and then you listen to it and it's like, wow, that's why it got so famous. And I didn't think we were going to have that experience today. I thought this was just going to be like, yeah, heard it, great. Wait, I'm going to have to move this up to the front of the video because if not, people are going to lose their mind. I thought Dream On was a cover. No, Steve Tyler wrote it. It's an Aerosmith song. My entire life, I thought Dream On was a cover, bro. When I wrote Dream On, I went, where did this come from? I didn't question it. When I read the lyrics back now for a guy who was stone, stupid, and dribbling, I got something out of there. I wrote the music on an SD pump organ that was right outside the studio. My father would give recitals in every Sunday night at Pro Rico Resort in Centipede, New Hampshire. The psychoacoustics that were coming out of the organ, man, he uses cool words. Out of the organ with the stops I had pulled were enchanting. It dang near wrote itself. Then we were in Boston, staying at an old motel near the airport. We were about to head into the studio to do an album, and I had no lyrics to the music. I sat outside on the balcony and wrote the lyrics. So it's one of those songs that just came to the singer, to the writer. Oh man, this is fun, dude. When something becomes so big that you then don't pay attention to it, but then you're missing out on so much by doing that. Every time that I look in the mirror, all these lines on my face getting clearer. The past is gone. It went by like dusk to dawn. Isn't that the way? Everybody's got their dues in life to pay. I know nobody knows where it comes and where it goes. I know it's everybody's sin. You got to lose to know how to win. Jeez, dude. It was a young guy writing these, and these are Stephen Victor Tallarico. That's his actual name? Dude, I am learning so much today. Half my life's in books, written pages. Lived and learned from fools and from sages. You know it's true. All things come back to you. Okay, so this is kind of the chorus. Sing with me, sing for the year, sing for the left and sing. Man, sing with me, it's just for today. Maybe tomorrow the good Lord will take you away. Dream on. Love that line. You got to lose to know how to win. Why dream on? Dream on, dream until your dreams come true. It's just a call to... I'm reminded of the speeches that are given in The Return of the King by either Aragorn or King Theoden of just, yeah, maybe we go to our abyss, but let's go. And the way he's describing to just take that action of, you know, dreaming on. In what way? Sing. And that's interesting that he says that, because a lot of people who are really good singers don't sing because they're just scared to do so, right? They're scared of, they're a little too self-conscious. So because of that, it's like, do the thing that you're self-conscious about. If it's just for today, maybe tomorrow the good Lord will take you away. So go. Maybe that's what it's saying to me right now. This is a lot better than you give it credit to. No, that's really, really, really good. Brian, thank you for encouraging us to check this out. I'm anxious again, guys. I firmly believe no right or wrong way to interpret songs and things like that. So I'm very curious to hear your thoughts. I would love to hear if you were around when the song like first came out. Talk to me. Do you remember your first time listening to it? And if so, what can you describe about that experience? Very curious to hear about that. Nonetheless, guys, thank you for hanging out with me for this. This is completely unexpected. So, all right. Well, there we go, guys. Talk to you soon.